Buccaneers' rocket arm quarterback. There were no problems for him last week, going over 350 passing yards. It's the Buccaneers and the Cardinals under the lights on Sunday night.
We find ourselves at... This will be a good one. 2 one-loss teams getting together as they're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. How about the defense there trying to set the tone on the very first play of the game?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a glow here tonight because they brought the heat right out of the gate. What a good job establishing a tone for this one.
So much for coming out throwing as it leads to an early second down and long. Back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Well, this defense for the Cardinals, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
Yeah, they held them to just 7 points. And if you rewatch the game tape, and I did multiple times, it was amazing to me that the other guys even...
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. They'll be led out by the number 1 overall pick in the 2019 draft from Oklahoma. It's Kyler Murray. A first down carry for Barkley. Oh, he's got a little daylight. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. Brought down at the 20. The Cardinals at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Flushed out right. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
They'll run for it with Barkley. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the first down.
Murray now on 1st down. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Saquon Barkley with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list. And the Cardinals put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they're going to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll set up to throw. Pressure comes and the Cardinals bring him down. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time, let's keep doing it until they stop us? Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Back in Arizona, 2nd quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Shotgun now from Murray. Can't get away, and he's taken down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. Fielded just inside the 20. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that's incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A shotgun give to Fournette. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's taken on the 25. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Cardinals to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 37. He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Play fake. Murray. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. Now the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, part, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Barkley is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. 2nd and 5. Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. Picked up by Caleb Farley. And the Cards are going to take possession of the football. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
After the turnover, here's Murray. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league. But this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other point. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Gets it up past the 10 with a nice move. It'll be a gain of about 5, but they're left with a 3rd and still about 12 to go. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. On 3rd down, Fournette. A pretty good effort there, 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on 4th down.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
Go.
Here's Murray. He's going to sling this deep downfield. He's got a man complete.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. It's so easy to focus on the speed and elusiveness of Kyler Murray, but as he shows right there, don't sleep on the arm strength.
And this is more of the same right here. These guys have definitely been the aggressors here in the first half. They pushed the envelope in terms of play calls, and that's reflected in the score. And now they're in a position to widen this lead.
And you get a look at the final readout on air distance according to Next Gen Stats.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Jamar Chase.
A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Cardinals are able to add on to their first half lead.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it is 28-0. So they only needed 3 plays
who finished it off with a touchdown reception. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. One more drive here for the Buccaneer offense in this first half.
And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And they're going to be waiting for him as they get him behind the line. So we reach halftime here in Glendale with the Cardinals on top.
Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Cardinals ready to go here to start the third quarter. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action. Now it's Murray.
Looking for Chase on the out route. He's got him.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
First down, Murray. He's going to let this one go deep. He's got a man complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On play action, it's Murray. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Jamar Chase
with career touchdown number 70. And the Cards take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they've built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They'll come out throwing here on first down.
And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin.
30, 10, 5. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Chris Godwin
with career touchdown number 75.
And the Bucs are able to claw one back.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
So out now come the Cardinals.
Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as as they start things here with a 1st and 10. From the gun, Murray. He's going deep for Brown. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. To throw is Murray. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
Barkley, inside handoff. And not much running room. Down to the 32. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Carlson able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is recovered by the Cardinals.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They've got the ball in a great spot here, already inside the red zone following that fumble recovery. Following that fumble recovery, it's Murray. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Albert Okwuegbunam. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Cardinals are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points. Carlson now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position. And only 1 play to score. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa Bay offense set to go again. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And able to get this to the 24-yard line. They began the play at the 12. It's also a pickup of 12 for the first down. Fournette, a first down carry. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
The Bucs on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is third down and 12. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Evans. Touchdown! Mike Evans with career touchdown number 109. That ties it with Barry Sanders on the all-time NFL list.
And the Bucs get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Extra point splits the uprights as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The football going back over to Arizona now. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10.
Murray going to throw. He's going deep for Brown. They've got his man complete.
And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30.
A huge play there for Arizona. 53 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Murray now to throw. Rolling to his left. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Kyler Murray, a 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Cardinals are closing in on a 4-1 start as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
Carlson on for the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the play to polish it off was the touchdown run by Kyler Murray. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw again. Over the middle to Evans. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A pair of 1st downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort there. 56 yards. And the Bucs are able to at least get one score back. Extra point right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback. And they'll begin at the 25.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over.
Well, they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other
and that's caught inside the 30.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
And he's got it. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, maybe it hasn't exactly been a Rembrandt, but they've been mistake-free to this point and finally cough it up. I don't think it's going to cost them the game. They should be fine. But, boy, they're going to hate that, going back and watching tape and being able to say we were that close to achieving our goal of 0 turnovers during the game.
A little blemish, but as you say, still comfortably in command. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
Devin White defeating the offensive line and getting to the quarterback.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And taken at the 46. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Murray's going to look to throw this thing. He's going to air one out. And this is caught inside the 5. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us It's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot on the depth chart points before this game is over.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. But now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. Open man has got one. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Again, he'll drop to throw. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Back to throw here. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Point after, right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, they came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the fourth.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early. But give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot of errors for themselves because they were the superior team.
He's got a man complete.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. Little insult to injury here late in the game. He hit his first one. This from 44 yards out now. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the Cards, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1, and they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year, and they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers.